Today, we'll talk about outsourcing your hiring process and list the 12 inclusive practices your hiring team should have adopted like yesterday. Welcome back to the Tea on Recruiting, where we share insightful and thought-provoking content that can help you shape your recruiting career. Let's check this out. Perhaps you have a role that's difficult to fill, or there are some tasks that your team needs help with. So the article we read suggested that to be competitive, organizations should consider outsourcing their recruitment process. And I know that those of you who work for agencies right now are popping bottles of champagne and screaming and jumping on their desk, and it's mayhem. But the ones who are working as talent acquisition professionals, please stop crying into that bucket. Don't be scared. Don't be sad. I'm sure there is a way to flip this and make sure that you can use it to your advantage. So why should a company outsource their hiring process? First of all, agencies have more exposure and experience, which will let you get the talent you want and maybe deserve. Point number 2 is amazing ads. So agencies can use applied and tested methods that can attract and convince the top talent you want to come work with you. 3, they deliver great candidate experience throughout the hiring process. So for the talent acquisition professionals, you might consider asking them to help you out in those areas in which you find yourself being weaker. 4, agencies can help you increase your diversity.
I know a lot of things, but I don't know about that. I'm not sure why.
People from different backgrounds working together can achieve that perfect balance for creativity. And agencies know where to look for skilled talent from all backgrounds. Now, are you ready for today's second piece of content? Inclusive hiring translates into lower legal risks and it preserves your reputation. But most importantly, it's the most ethical way to hire. That's why we've read 12 inclusive hiring practices your organization should implement. These are some things you can do to make your hiring process more inclusive. It all starts from defining what diversity and inclusion mean to your organization. Diversity can be based on different types of people and intersectionality within those types. It doesn't end with gender and race. There's also generational, veteran status, neurodiversity, ability, and more factors that you need to consider. Point number 2 is write inclusive job descriptions. Now, if you're a real one, you'll remember our episode on hiring for diversity. And if you're new here, you're more than welcome to watch it. We're going to be linking it down below. I'm sure it's going to change your life forever. Point number 3 is to have a career site that's accessible to all candidates. So why don't you ditch those stock photos and instead use pictures of your actual team, and then you can use transcripts and closed captions for your videos and audio files and add alternative text for your images. Point number 4 is to develop your EEOC statement in which you declare that you follow their guidelines. 5, expand where you advertised your job postings. 6, you need to make inclusion a part of your employer brand. 7 is to provide your employees with vertical and horizontal career opportunities. 8, use a standardized job interview process for all applicants. 9, establish diverse interview panels. 10, let recruitment technology help you. 11, watch out for algorithm bias. 12, measure your inclusive hiring program. And now, on to the CandE crash. CandE crash. You know how it goes. The more barbaric your treatment of candidates, the more demonic the reviews on your Glassdoor page.
You're worse than a mean drunk. You're an honest drunk.
Shout out to a company we won't name. Let's read this.
It was the worst interview that I already had so far. It was conducted by phone for about 15 minutes. First, the interviewer was coughing all the time during my answers. It can happen, and I understand. However, regular people usually apologize and give time to answer again or ask to repeat the response. I felt she couldn't listen to my responses because she was very impatient. She was extremely impolite, changing questions when I haven't finished the answers, cutting me off at all times, and rushing me. In the end, when I was supposed to make questions to know a little bit more about their company, I asked about the culture and what she liked most about working there. She was arrogant, suggesting me to have a look at the reviews on Glassdoor or reading about the company's culture to find out more about them. At that point, I gave up doing more questions. After a few days, she called me to inform the result. I said that I couldn't talk at the moment because I was going to work, but she insisted on giving me the feedback very quickly. I was on the lift, and the only thing I could hear was that I wasn't approved and something else that I could listen to.
Probably couldn't listen to. This is shameful. Why do you have to be so rude? Was there a song? Why you gotta be so rude? Got something to say about this? Drop a comment in the section below. We'd love to pick your brains. Help us get better. Helping you get better with your help. And now, you know that you can get access to these episodes 48 hours before anyone else and more amazing content by subscribing to our newsletter, which is, as usual, linked below or at start.com/newsletter. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and see you soon.